facts. This week I'm talking about the Great Blue Heron that we get here in Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm going to be sharing some of my favourite film clips and telling you a few interesting facts about great blue herons. It's one of my favourite birds, so beautiful and elegant, and it appears so grumpy at times too, but just has so much character. I love it. I'm starting my video in the winter. We see great blue herons year-round here in Vancouver, even in the snow. Their hardiness is such that individuals often remain resident throughout our cold northern winters, as long as fish-bearing waters remain unfrozen, which may be the case only in flowing water, such as the Fraser River, and streams and creeks in Delta, and along our coast and Boundary Bay shoreline. Now watch this. This is one of my favourite film clips. Watch the coyote and the heron as they seem to play in the early morning on Boundary Bay. It almost seems like a game. I just love it. When I first saw herons here, I called them grey herons because they're mainly grey, but the herons we see here are great blue herons, and they're only superficially similar to the slightly smaller grey heron, which may sometimes migrate to the northern coasts of North America. The grey heron, which occupies the same ecological niche in Eurasia as the great blue heron, has very similar plumage, but has a solidly soft grey neck. The little blue heron could also be mistaken for the great blue heron, but they are very much smaller and lack white on the head and yellow in the bill. The great blue heron is sometimes referred to as a crane, but a heron is differentiated from a crane in flight. When flying, the crane's neck is straight and stretched out, and the heron's is always curved in an S shape. The great blue heron is found throughout most of North America, as far north as Alaska and the southern Canadian provinces in the summer. In winter, the range extends south through Florida, Mexico, and the Caribbean to South America. Birds east of the Rocky Mountains in the northern part of their range are migratory and winter in the coastal areas of the southern United States, Central America, or northern South America. From the southern United States southwards and on the lower Pacific coast, they are year-round residents. Now take a look at this video. I think it's a territorial display. At least that's what I think's going on here. It's really interesting to watch. one heron is letting the other heron know this is his territory. The great blue heron can adapt to almost any wetland habitat in its range. It may be found in numbers in fresh and saltwater marshes, mangrove swamps, flooded meadows, lake edges or shorelines. It is quite adaptable and may be seen in heavily developed areas too, as long as they hold bodies of fish-bearing water. The primary food for the great blue heron is small fish, but it is also known to opportunistically feed on a wide range of shrimp, crabs, aquatic insects, rodents, other small mammals, amphibians, reptiles, birds, even baby ducklings. Primary prey is variable based on availability and abundance. Great blue herons rarely venture far from bodies of water, but are occasionally seen flying over upland areas. They usually nest in trees or bushes near the water's edge, often on islands, which minimizes the potential for predation, or partially isolated spots. The noisy hum you can hear in the background is traffic. This heronry is built right beside the Trans-Canada Highway. Look at these two fishing buddies. Notice the size difference. The smaller heron on the left is called a green heron. Great blue herons usually breed in colonies, and the easiest way to find them is to listen. They can get so noisy. They build their nests in trees close to lakes and other wetlands. Adults generally return to the colony site after winter in about March. Usually, colonies include only great blue herons, although sometimes they nest alongside other species of herons. These groups are called a heronry, which is a more specific term than rookery. The size of these colonies may be large, ranging between 5 and 500 nests per colony, with an average of about 160 nests per colony. A heronry is usually relatively close, usually within 4 or 5 kilometers to ideal feeding spots. And heronry sites are usually difficult to reach on foot, on islands or trees in swamps and high branches, to protect them from potential mammalian predators. Trees of any type are used when available. Although nests are often reused for many years, herons are socially monogamous within a single breeding season. Individuals usually choose new mates each year. Males arrive at colonies first and settle in the nests, where they court females. Most males choose a different nest each year. Great blue herons build a bulky stick nest. Nests are usually around 50 centimetres across when first constructed, but can grow to more than 120 centimetres in width and 90 centimetres deep with repeated use and additional construction. If the nest is abandoned or destroyed, the female may lay a replacement clutch. Reproduction is negatively affected by human disturbance, particularly during the beginning of nesting. Repeated human intrusion into nesting areas often results in nest failure with abandonment of eggs or chicks. However, here in Vancouver, in the middle of the city, is Stanley Park, and it has a healthy colony right near its main entrance and tennis courts, adjacent to English Bay and not far from Lost Lagoon. And it's such a heavily populated area too. The park's colony has as many as 183 nests. I'll put a link to the Stanley Park site in my description. They've got live webcams on the nests. But all the footage in this video is from heron colonies in Delta, Surrey, Abbotsford and the Great Blue Heron Nature Reserve in Chilliwack. And I really like the colony out there in Chilliwack as it's fenced off. No humans can enter the area during breeding season. I think that's wonderful. I love it when people put wildlife first. And as you can see from my videos from across the water at the Great Blue Heron Nature Reserve, I can still see and hear what's going on, and the herons are safe from any human disturbance. I hope you enjoyed my video on these beautiful birds. Please like, comment, share and subscribe. Have a great weekend everyone. Stay safe, be kind, please respect wildlife and always